So today I'm going to show you guys how to create an isometric 3D gaming movie style bedroom design in Blender 3.1. And I have my screencast keys in the bottom right corner right here. And as you can see, we even have the cloth effect and everything on the actual bed. And then aside from that, you can go ahead and add additional details, chairs, computers, etc. to this. So let's go ahead and get started. So first off, I'm going to click on this cube right here. Press X, delete right there, Shift A, and we're going to add a plane. I'll press S, press the number 4 key, and basically we have it scaled up by 8 squares right here. Alright, so next thing I want to do is I want to tab into edit mode. Then I'm going to switch to the edge select right here. I'm going to click on these two, and then basically I'm going to press E and then Z and then screwed it up. And these are basically the walls, so again, your own height, just all preference. And then I'm going to press the A, select them all. Before we extrude this, we're going to do Alt E or Option E, and then extrude faces along normals. And now as you can see, we have it extruding like this, and it's not perfectly even, so we can press the S key, and there we go. And make this to your desired thickness. I'll keep mine just like that. I'll tab out of the edit mode, and there we go, we have our wall. And then go ahead and make sure you save this, so Command S, I'll save. And now let's go ahead and get started. And also you can save it right here too if you haven't. I already have my name file, so I just use a shortcut key. And the first thing is, let's go ahead and create this little giant movie theater projection screen. Okay, so first off, all you need to do is shift and then right click basically onto the area where you want to add your screen. Shift A, add a plane, and then rotate, so R, X, 90. And now we have it like this, and then we'll scale it a little bit like right about here on just in general, and then scale it along the x-axis like right here. And it looks like it's not perfectly centered, so I'll press GX, move it maybe like right here, and then I'll scale it a little bit more, GZ. Again, this is all preference where you want to have the location. And then I want to tap into edit mode, extrude it just about like right there. And now what I want to do is let's create the actual bedroom next. That way it'll be a little easier. And then I'll show you guys how to add the little image I had above here. So next thing is, let's shift, click about right here in the area you want to have the bed. Shift A, and make sure actually click out. Make sure we're out. So we tap out of edit mode first, and now we're back in object mode. And then we'll do Shift A, mesh. Let's add a cube, and then let's scale this thing up. So let's do scale. And let's do this along the x-axis first, then SZ, scale it a little bit shorter. Let's bring this up, GZ, put it like about right here. And let's go to 7, so on this top view, so GX, move it to try to make it more centered. So now let's do scale Y, make it much longer. I'll put it like maybe here, and then GY, moving it up about here. And in terms of the bed, let's do SC again, make it a little bit smaller. This is essentially the bed frame. And then GZ, you can move it like right here. And there we go. And in terms of the bed frame, I mean, we can always readjust this later. But I think if I go to the camera view, it looks perfect on the sides right here. So now what I'm going to do is tab into edit mode. And then I'm going to press Command B or Control B. And then basically if I drag out, you can see it bevels it. Now if you want to make this more smooth curves, you can use your scrolling on your mouse, the middle mouse wheel. Or if you have a laptop, obviously you could do that too. And I could go like maybe like right here. And I think that was about 4 or 5. If I go to the bevel, you can see, actually it was 4 segments. Okay, so there we go. And then tab out. And then now we can actually right click this, shade smooth. And then now you notice it's like, it has a little bit of an effect to it. So what we can do is go here and add a edge split modifier, and then basically in terms of the shading, it's a little bit better. It's kind of hard to see right now. And then also if you wanted to keep going, you can add additional stuff like solidify or a subdivision surface modifier right here. And then we could actually add maybe 2, and now you can see like that weird shading is gone now. And then we can go ahead and Shift D, copy this, GZ up, and then boom, just like that. And then let's scale this. Actually, let's go to edit mode, and then I'm gonna go press number 7. And basically, I just want to scale the top view. So if I click on the front facing view and then just select this, now I only have essentially this top face. Then I can just press G and Z And now I just have this top face like this. And then I'll tap out. And if you do Shift Z, you can see in the wireframe as like it's kind of inside it. Now if you want to get like perfect, you could use a snap to face and then go like this. And then just like move it on whatever axis you want to. But for this sake, I mean, it's not too important. You can't really see too much of a difference. But also that's one way you could do a snapping on top of faces like that. And as you can see, now we have a little mattress right here. Now I'm going to do Shift A and I'll put it like right here for the pillow. And this is, again, you could have just copied the bed and shrunk it, but the pillow, I want to have a specific design. So actually, my bad, I didn't add a cube. So let me add a cube right here. So Shift A, cube, and scale Z, pillow side like back here, scale Y about right here, and then scale X, yeah, maybe like that. So I press 7, and turns the pillow, looks like that's about the halfway mark. And then I'll GZ it up a little bit, and then scale Z a little bit smaller, and GZ a little bit back down, like right there. And then we'll add a modifier, subdivision surface, and now you can see it has much more rounded shape. Tab in edit mode, Command R or Control R, and scroll your mouse wheel, make it 2, click into it, and then press S, X, and scale it along the basically the X-axis like here. And then if you want to make this a lot more like smooth, you could go like this and make it 2, maybe even 3, and then tab and then right click and hit shade smooth. Now again, your pillow you could do with the cloth modifier too, but for simplicity's sake we'll keep it like this, and that way it has like a much more like pillowish looking shape to me. And then all we need to do is add a modifier, a mirror modifier. Click on mirror object. Oh yeah, let's actually name this mattress right here. Let's call this just call this bed mattress. That way we can identify it. And then the bottom one we can call this one bed frame. Here we can call this one pillow, and then this one is the basically just call this like the room, and then here it could be like the screen lights. Okay, so now we click on the pillow again. We have the mirror modifier over here. Mirror object is essentially where we're going to mirror this across, so the mattress right here, and we have the x-axis. If you want to have the pillows on this side, you can do it like this, and basically there we go. Now we just create some pillows just like that. Now we can tab into actually we could just scale these like that if you wanted to, keep them like this, and there I think the pillows look pretty decent. Camera views like that, and I'll adjust the camera in a second, but make sure we do Control S or Command S to save. And now let's create the blanket. All right, so this is gonna be probably one of the most, I'd say, difficult things in this, even though it's not really that difficult. So let's like shift click, right click, like right around here, Shift A. Let's add a plane right there. GZ, let's move it up a little bit. And then scroll, or scale, my bad, scale. And then let's go to 7. Shift Z wireframe, GX, make it more centered. So scale a little bit more like this, and then GY about right here. And I mean maybe scale X a little bit. Okay, so now Shift Z, this is what we got going on so far. So the first thing is we need to do is add some physics to this. So first off, let's click onto the bed. This right here, we'll click on this physics property. We're gonna name this and click on the collision. So basically something is going to hit this and is going to cause it to basically not move. And then what we need to take off is this single-sided, because if you don't, it's gonna go right through the bed. And then friction, we'll add it to like 50. So basically friction, you'll notice, I'll show you in a second. But pretty much if you don't add a high friction, this cloth's literally gonna slide off the bed. So the higher it is, the more like it stays in place. And then we can click on the cloth, we can call this the blanket. And then we can click onto cloth. We can scroll down here and there's a thing called collisions, and under there we can click on self collisions. And then if I did everything properly, we have to press, if you're on the keyframe at the bottom right here, by the way, if you don't have this screen, just click here and then basically go to the current one. I believe it's the dope sheet right here. And then if you just press play, you can go like this, and as you can see, look, nothing happened. And literally, because if you tap into it, it's one face. So what we need to do now is right click this, subdivide this, and then let's do like maybe let's try 30. Now again, if your computer is not very fast, The more you subdivide, the more it's gonna lag. So we can do 30 for now, and then let's just see. Actually, I'll do 35 just for my sake. But again, if your computer's slower, maybe do 30. Try 20 at first. And now, if we play it, as you can see, look at the blanket. Look at that. And then all we need to do, we can shade smooth this. There we go. And now also one thing is the pillows, they weren't actually have collision on them. So it's collision right here. And let's put this like 50. Take the single side off. Shift back left arrow, which will reset you back to the 1. And then go right here. And then boom, look at that, guys. Simple blanket, just like that. All right, so now we'll save this. And now if your computer is lagging, that might be your computer is not as I don't know, the specs aren't high, so I definitely lower that. Or also you can it just depends. Sometimes it might just lag just cause, but so far as we have for the current bed. Now let's finish this off, making it look pretty, add some cool stuff. So first thing is I want to show you guys, make sure you guys, let's see, we'll shift A, and right now we have this thing called extras. So some people might not have this, so let's go here to edit, go to preference, and if you were to just type in extra, click on add mesh extra objects, and that will have you allowed to add this new stuff. So let's do shift A, go to mesh, extras, and first thing is this honeycomb. We're gonna add this honeycomb right here. And I forgot to, let's delete this real quick. Let's do shift right click over here, shift A mesh, extras, honeycomb right there. Okay, so now R, I believe this is the Y90. Yeah. Here, then we can rotate this even more like R, let's do RX90, just like that. And then tab, extrude, like this. Again, these are just like basic decoration right here. And here we can just call this like, I don't know, honeycomb lights. And that's an easy way to make these without having to like individually make them yourselves. And then another cool trick, we can shift right click over here, shift A, mesh, extras, and then actually not extras, my bad, it's images. And let's see, our images is plain, I need to add that too. So it looks like my let me see, go to preference, go here, image as plain. Let's click on this import images as plain, and then go right here and then do shift A. Now if we go to images, it should show up like that. Here we go. So now all you need to do is find an image that you want to include onto your projection screen. So I already have that saved, so I'll go ahead and find that and click on it real quick. So here I have my image right here, and this is basically like the Netflix movie logo. And then you can't really see right now because I'm not into the file renders right here. I'm gonna press R, and I think it would be, let's see, X90 minus, no, Y. Should be Y. Z, there we go. Yeah, Z. Okay, so now we can see it like this, and then I can actually, let's do tab, and let's extrude this a little bit, that way it sticks out, and then I'll tab back out, and then let's scale this out like this, and I'm gonna go back to the screen like here, and let's see, I want to scale it just enough to where the edges of the little background right here is not all the way up. So scale, let's do scale Z, just like that, GZ, like here. Let's move it and then scale it a little bit more. Okay, now we have it looking like this. So basically now looks like it's shoot a little bit too much. So I could technically tab edit, click on the front face, G, Y, and make it a little bit skinnier. And that way, just so you can see it. And then now we can go ahead and make this look good. So let's save this first. And now let's start off with clicking on the renders option here. And then let's click on to, let's do the lighting on here first. And the first thing is, make sure what is, do I have another plane? Oh, that's just a shadow. Okay. So first thing is I want to click onto this background, click on the world map, little icon right here, click new, and then we'll call this like screen lights. And then I'm going to switch this to emission, change it to like 20, and now you can see it's much brighter. Now we're going to obviously switch the cycles, but for right now we'll just keep it like this. I'll save it here. And then for the room, the wall, let's go here and let's call this black, because I could reuse this color. So again, you could name this the room walls too if you want to, and I'll just switch to black right here. And then let's click onto these lights over here, click on here, and let's call this the lights. And let's switch this to, I think I put like a yellow maybe, and then Actually, I forgot to switch to emission first. So switch to emission, then change it to like the yellow color. Let's put like right about here, and we can probably let's try to do 20. See how that looks. And then, oh, I forgot to add the little bottom lights here. So let's go tap into the bedroom right here. Let's tab here, switch to edge select, and then here's a little basic trick. If you have like, you don't want to recreate like a rectangle tube shape manually, you could just click onto the edge you want to select, Shift D. So now we've created a copy like here, right? I'll press escape so it returns back to the normal spot. And then you press P, selection, and then we can tap out. And now if we click here, we have this separate basically edge, essentially like 3 vertices or line right here. So I'll X escape back, press a forward slash, so now we're only editing it right here. And then if I click on the modifiers tab, the wrench right here, click onto skin, now we have this. Now if we shift Z inside, we can see it looks like that. Let's tap into edit mode. Let's click on the vertices right here, press A. Now we're selecting everything. And now if you were to scale this normally, it looks like this, right? It doesn't shrink. So first off, let's tap back out to object mode, press N, go to a view, actually I think item right here, and we'll see scale is 4. So first off, we can do Command A and apply the scale. Now it's back 1 to 1, and as you can see, it's a little bit smaller, but if we were to tab or forward slash back, you can see it's like ginormous compared to the room. So the way to make this shrink is basically we'll do Shift, actually my bad, Shift A or Control A, but we have to go to edit mode. So tab first, and then Command or Control A, and now we just scale it to the desired size that you want. So I'll make it like super thin, like this. So now if we were to make this manually, obviously it'd be kind of annoying, but this way it's easier. So if I forward slash now, you can see it looks like this. So then if I want to delete this black color, I can just go make sure I'm in object mode, press the minus sign, and then I can hit new, and we can call this like a blue lights. Again, just to preference whatever color you want to make the lights. I'll make it like a light sky blue. Actually, yeah, let's change this to emission first, and then change the color. So let's go like about here, and let's do like, let's see, 15, how this looks. And now this is what we currently have going on for these bottom lights right here. Again, it's all preference. And then I'll save, make sure I save. And then the last one we have to do is the bed. All right, so the first off, we'll click on this bottom mattress right here. I'll call this like wood. Now you could add textures if you wanted to, but I'm gonna keep this pretty simple for the tutorial's sake. Make it like a darkish brown, like right here. And then let's do the white mattress right there. Let's make this blanket like a dark blue, so let's call this blanket. And I'll go about like right here, and then we can go down a little bit like that. Again, it's all preference. You guys can do whichever color you want to. And then for the pillows, we can make this like a white, so like a little brighter whites with like less. Well, actually, make it maybe more rough. That way, it's not as glaring. And then for the most parts, oh, we forgot to. Oh, let's do Shift minus. I forgot to extrude this. That's why it doesn't look as real. So let's go tab, edit mode, select A, E, and then extrude it a little bit, just like that. All right. So now, if we were to play this now, you can see it looks a little bit more thick and it looks much more natural. And then we can take off the roughness a little bit. And again, if you guys add textures, obviously this will look much better. Again, it's all preference. And I don't like the way it doesn't all the way cover over, so I can actually, I'll tab back, right click, subdivide it. And now you can see it's like crazy subdivide. So now if I were to play this, it's gonna go absolutely super slow. But at least I can see that my thing is folding a little bit better. But again, I wouldn't recommend if your computer is like not super fast. And as you can see how it's sliding off like here? So that's the other thing. The more subdivision you add, obviously it's going to slide. So let's go back to physics. Let's increase this friction to like 75. And then I'll do it like right here. And hopefully my computer doesn't crash. I'll save it, redo it again. And then now basically go like this. And then I'll try to pause it right where I like the frame right here. And then we press 0, this is our camera. So first off, we need to switch the camera. Go right here. And then also we need to add some lights too. So let's click here the camera first, change this to orthographic. And then what I want to do is I'm going to zoom this out a little bit more, like about here. And on the Y, we can move it up like this. Then zoom it out even more. bring it down a little bit, just like there. Let's see. Yeah, look right there, it's pretty good. And then we need to add some lighting first. So let's do Shift S, cursor with origin again, Shift A, light, area light, G and Z. And I'm gonna make this fairly simple, not too crazy. So put like a light right there. And then we can make the square maybe like 5. That might be a little too much. Let's do 500. And for the most part, I'll keep it like super simple like this. And the thing is, we're technically still in EV mode. That's why it looks kind of weird. But let's do Shift A back. I might want to make this a little bit bigger, so scale on the X a little bit. That way, when it falls, it covers the side a little bit more. I don't know, just my design preference right here. So I'll go like that. And then I'll save this really quick, just in case. And now, what we need to do is Shift A again, add a plane, and then I'll just scale this plane up. So let's do like scale like this, about like right there. And GZ, move it underneath the best platform in the room. Change the color. Let's just change this to the same black right there, because since we're using it like that. And then we'll save it again. And then now if I click onto renders, we could first off switch this to like maybe 1080, like typical like Instagram or any social media image like this. For me, I'll keep it 1920 just because I just don't have I'm not posting this on social media, so it doesn't matter for me. But again, that's how you change the format, and then you have to obviously change the zoom and stuff. This is important since we're using the animation. Change this to the end of whatever animation that you want your thing to look at. So I'll keep it at 35. That way it doesn't render out like 200 plus frames for no reason. And then we can do go back here, we'll switch to cycles and see how everything's looking. So as you can see, the lighting looks much better. It might be a little too bright for some of you. Again, that's all just preference. You can always like rotate and change stuff out. So if you want to like rotate this along the Y, we can go like this, and then X obviously you can go like that. And again, it's all preference, like this. And then if I want to, maybe I could even decrease this a little bit, so maybe like 300. And there we have it so far. This might be a little too bright for me, so let me go over to mission, change this coloring to like 15, and maybe this one probably, let's do 15. And then this one, maybe let's do 10. And there we go, pretty much. Now all you have to do is press F12, or you can go up here and render the image as well. And then once it renders, you can adjust the lighting, whatever colors you don't like. And then there you go. That's pretty much how you create this. So like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.